Welcome in to Bowling Green Ballpark. My name is Sam Reeves here with you. The Duelers and the RiverDawgs here from the home of the single A affiliate for the Tampa Bay Rays. That is the Bowling Green Hot Rods. We're in a minor league stadium this afternoon for OVO baseball. Again, my name is Sam Reeves. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Back with video, at least for today, since it's a home game in a minor league park with hardwired internet. So I'm very grateful for that. Once again, I apologize for the late notice on the audio stream from last night's game against Hoptown. For the time being, at least until further notice for the road games, we will be on the Mixler audio service. And for home games, we will, of course, be on our regular YouTube channel with the two cameras set up from our own home press box. Again, guys, for the road games, it's easy to find us. Just go to duelersbaseball.mixlr.com, and that'll take you right to the stream. Again, duelersbaseball.mixlr.com. That'll take you right to the stream for road games for the time being. Of course, today we're all good to go here from Bowling Green Ballpark with the video set up, and then tomorrow we're at home. Tomorrow we're on the road at Paducah, so we'll have a video or an audio broadcast for you for that one. But anyways, setting things up, the Duelers at 13-6. They're winners of 3 straight. Yesterday was the craziest game of the year. I will say that much with certainty. Duelers were out to a 9-2 lead at Hoptown last night, gave up the lead with 4 runs in the 8th inning, and Hoptown went to the 9th, up 11-10. The Duelers then responded in the top of the 9th inning with 6 runs of their own and ended up walking out of Hoptown with a win. Final score last night was Duelers 16, the Hoppers 11, and that improves the Duelers to 13-6, where they sit this afternoon, alone in first place, atop the OVL South, 1 game ahead of the full count Rhythm. The Owensboro RiverDawgs are 8-12 on the year, but they have won 3 straight games, and that includes a win at Madisonville last night, 6-5, also a 9-0 win at home against Madisonville the previous night, and a 16-14 win over Hoptown on June 22nd for the 3 straight wins in the streak for the Owensboro RiverDawgs. Also, important little note just to mention for you guys, Kyle Schexnader is not with us this afternoon at Hot Rod Stadium. He's actually back home in New Orleans with his girlfriend Macy. They have a wedding to attend. One of Kyle's really good friends is getting married, so Kyle's away from the team. Jacob Snyder is filling in as the head coach for this evening. Jacob's normally the pitching coach. He'll, of course, keep those duties, and then Will Allen, of course, filling the void of Kyle as well. So they are making sure that, although we do miss Kyle, the ball won't be dropped, as you could say, and we'll be all right here this afternoon. Head coach by title, at least, is Jacob Snyder. Of course, Will is helping him out. And they've got it covered this afternoon. Faith in those two guys to run this ball club for a day, and we'll see if we can walk out of Bowling Green Ballpark at Hot Rod Stadium with a win today. The starting lineups for you, as we're just over 15 minutes until first pitch. It's 3:30, first pitch here at Bowling Green. Starting lineups first for the visiting Owensboro RiverDawgs. They are coached by Vic Evans, assisted by Will Sheffield. They will start this way, leading off the left fielder, Nick Williams. Hitting second will be the right fielder, James Denton. Hitting third at second base, Darlene Adderley. Hitting fourth will be the third baseman, Jake Algier. Hitting fifth will be the first baseman, J.J. Arbini. Batting sixth for the RiverDawgs is the catcher, Braden Mundy. Batting seventh is the designated hitter tonight, Daniel Lopez. Hitting eighth for the Owensboro RiverDawgs is the shortstop, Dylan Abbott. And rounding out the starting nine for Owensboro will be the center fielder, Kay Carpenter. On the mound for the RiverDawgs this afternoon is Derek McCarley. He's a lefty. And for the Duelers, they will be the home team this afternoon, so they will get last at bats. They are considered the home team on the scoreboard, wearing the home uniforms. So that is also an important little note. Here is the starting lineup for your Duelers, coached today by Jacob Snyder and Will Allen. Leading off will be the second baseman, Quincy Smith. Batting second, the shortstop, Jackson Musrock. Hitting third, the center fielder, Sam Slaughter. Batting fourth, the designated hitter today is Jay Curtis. Batting fifth in right field, Jonathan Evans. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Nate Lai. Hitting seventh and catching is Richard Grace. Batting eighth for the Duelers this afternoon is the third baseman, Mark Castle. And hitting ninth for Franklin. In left field, Bryce Cape. On the mound for the Duelers is Jacob Hernandez. Again for the Duelers, it's Smith, Musrock, Slaughter, Curtis, Evans, Lai, Grace, Castle, and Cape, with Jacob Hernandez on the mound. Your umpires today: behind home plate, Micah Holman. The first base umpire is Don Gilmore, and at third base is C.J. Davis. So that is how we sit. The Duelers and the RiverDawgs about to do battle, their first of two regular season meetings on the year. This one from Bowling Green Ballpark in downtown Bowling Green, Kentucky, home of the Single A Bowling Green Hot Rods. We'll take one final break, be back with one more segment of pregame and the first pitch of this ball game on the Duelers Baseball Network. Stay with us. Back in live at Bowling Green Ballpark, Bowling Green, Kentucky, home of the Bowling Green Hot Rods. I said Bowling Green way too many times in that one sentence. We're back, though. Jacob Snyder, your acting manager, is at home plate talking to Vic Evans and the umpires, exchanging lineup cards about ready to go. Here from the single-A affiliate home of the Tampa Bay Rays. Duelers 13-6, winners of 3 straight. The RiverDawgs also have won 3 straight. They're sitting at 8-12 on the season. Lineups are being announced over the PA. Again, I'll go through them quickly. For Owensboro, Nick Williams leads off, followed by James Denton and Darlene Adderley. Hitting 4th will be Jake Algier. J.J. Arbini hitting 6th is Braden Mundy. Hitting 7th, 8th, and 9th, respectively, will be Daniel Lopez, Dylan Abbott, and Kay Carpenter. On the mound for the Owensboro RiverDawgs today will be Derek McCarley from East Tennessee State University, the left-handed pitcher and outfielder from Seymour, Indiana. For the Duelers, once again, leading off will be Quincy Smith. Jackson Musrock hits 2nd. Sam Slaughter in the 3-hole. Jay Curtis is the cleanup man. Jonathan Evans hits 5th in right field. Nate Lai bats 6th at 1st. Hitting 7th will be Rashad Grace, the catcher. Mark Castle hits 8th at 3rd, and Bryce Cape is in left and hitting 9th, with Jacob Hernandez from Bossier City Community College on the mound. The umpires behind home plate is Michael Holman. Don Gilmore is at 1st, and C.J. Davis is at 3rd. One more break before the national anthem, and we'll be right back with the start of this ball game on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in Bowling Green Ballpark, Sam Reeves here with you, about ready to get things rolling. Jacob Hernandez is on the mound, tossing his warm-up pitches. This has got to be a thrill for him to be the starter on a minor league mound in OVO action on this Saturday afternoon. Again, I would like to just quickly thank both Phil Kundo, the owner and general manager of the Duelers, along with the president of the Ohio Valley League, John Bruce, for the opportunity to have these games here, and as a result, giving me the opportunity to broadcast a game from minor league stadium. Ultimately, I want to get to where a lot of these guys want to get to, Major League Baseball level. Of course, not on the playing field for me, ideally the broadcast booth, if I can get there. That's the ultimate career goal. And the way to do that is to work your way up, just like a player would, starting at the low-level minors, through the minor leagues, and then hopefully to the majors. And so to get this opportunity, and while I'm still in college, to broadcast a game from a minor league press box means a lot. It's kind of even surreal, to be completely honest. So thank you to all the people who have made this possible and made this happen. I definitely am not taking it for granted. I've taken some time to soak it in, and hopefully be back here for real, I could say, I guess. Not that this isn't for real, but, in the future opportunities to call some more games at the minor league level. But we will see. We're ready to get things going as Todd Hamilton has entered the press box. Hello to him, the voice of the Hoppers. And we're about ready to get things rolling. Jacob Hernandez on the mound. The first hitter in the box for the RiverDawgs is Nick Williams. And the first pitch of the ball game is in there. Strike one called. Hernandez ahead 0-1, a first pitch strike. Getting the sign from his catcher Grace, and the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off. It's 0-2. Nick Williams from Wabash Valley College in Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. Leadoff man for the RiverDawgs. He'll be followed by James Denton and Darlene Adderley. Williams on the season, a .360 hitter. 9 hits, 3 doubles, 1 RBI. And the 0-2 pitch from Hernandez is high and away, ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Jacob's pitch is grounded in the hole at second. A long throw for Smith is in time to get him. 1 up, 1 down for the Duelers, top of the first. A nice play deep in the hole behind second by Quincy Smith. Threw back across his body in time to first baseman Nate Lai for the first out of the ball game. And now James Denton will dig in. He is the right fielder this afternoon for Owensboro. A left-handed hitter. And the first pitch, a check swing. Peel the third, no swing, says the third base umpire, C.J. Davis. Denton from Kaskaskia College in Mount Prospect, Illinois. Pitch. In the air, foul, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike now. 1 ball, 1 strike to Denton. He's hitting in the second spot in the order for Coach Vic Evans in Owensboro. The 1-1 pitch. That's on a line, deep left. Back goes Cape, and it's off his glove, up against the wall. Bryce will bring it in quickly, throw into second, but that's a stand-up double for James Denton. Man on second with 1 down now for Darlene Adderley. He's the 3-hole hitter today. That's Adderley from Wabash Valley College in Nassau, Bahamas. Also similar to Treyanne Dorsett for your Duelers. Treyanne's also from Nassau. As the pitch is swung on and missed, strike 1 from Jacob Hernandez. On the season for Jacob, pitches collegiately at Bossier City Community College. From the stretch now, and the 0-1 pitch. Up and away for ball 1. For Hernandez, 3 appearances, 3 starts, a 2-0 record, 14 innings pitched. 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 7 walks, 13 strikeouts, and a 3.21 ERA. Pitch. That's poked into right. Evans broke in and then back to make a nice catch. Misread it in the air, but a nice recovery for out number 2 into the glove of Jonathan Evans. And they're now 2 down here in the top of the first for the cleanup hitter, Jake Allgaier. And the pitch to Allgaier. A check swing on a ball in. No swing. Allgaier from Spoon River College in Kenton, Illinois. Runner on second, that is Denton, 2 down, and the pitch is on the inside corner. Strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike to Allgaier at third base this afternoon for the RiverDawgs. Allgaier on the season, a .268 hitter. Lefty. A 1-1 count in the pitch. That's a pop up to short left. In comes Cape underneath it to squeeze it. And that is out number 3 in the top of the first. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left for the RiverDawgs in the top of the first. We head to the bottom half with the Duelers coming up. Still no score on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in, bottom of the first inning, no score from Bowling Green Ballpark. Quincy Smith, Jackson Musrock, and Sam Slaughter, the do-ups for the Duelers in the bottom of the first inning. Starting first with Quincy Smith. On the mound for the RiverDawgs is Derek McCarley, the lefty from ETSU. From the windup, the first pitch is on the outside corner. Strike one called. For the Duelers, Quincy Smith, usually hitting somewhere around the 6th hole this year, has been moved up in the leadoff spot today. And the next pitch, is framed nicely by the catcher, and it's 0-2. Smith from Southern University, born and raised in Los Angeles, California, one of 4 Southern players on this team. To go along with Rashard Grace, Jonathan Evans, and Nate Lai, along with the 2 assistant coaches. And the 0-2 pitch is swung on, just got a piece to stay alive to Smith, and it stays at no balls and 2 strikes. The Duelers up in the bottom of inning number 1, no score from Bowling Green Ballpark. Home of the single-A affiliate for the Tampa Bay Rays, the Bowling Green Hot Rods. 0-2 to Smith. And the pitch. On the ground to third base, foul, and the count holds at 0-2. On the year for Quincy, a .207 batting average, 29 at-bats, 10 runs, 6 hits, 1 double, 1 homer, 5 RBIs, and a .439 OBP. No balls, 2 strikes from McCarley. And the pitch. Up and away, good take for ball number 1. 1-2, your count. On deck for the Duelers is Jackson Musrock, who has been in the 2-hole pretty much all year. See if Quincy can get on ahead of him. Behind in the count, though, 1-2. And the pitch. Swung on and missed at a breaking ball, low and in for out number 1. Strikeout number 1 for the starter, Derek McCarley. Jackson Musrock, the shortstop, will come to the plate now from the University of Memphis. Musrock on the year at .275 average. 69 at-bats, 11 runs, 19 hits, 4 doubles, 1 homer, and 13 RBIs. And before the first pitch to Musrock, the starter McCarley goes off the back of the mound. And now back up on the rubber. The first pitch to Musrock. In there, strike one. Your base coaches today, due to the fact that Kyle Schexnayder, your manager, is not with the team this afternoon. It's hitting coach Will Allen in his normal spot, coaching first base, and the pitching coach Jacob Snyder is coaching third this afternoon. Both those coaches are graduate assistants at Southern University. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Musrock with the on-deck hitter, the 3-spot Sam Slaughter, waiting to hit next. No balls and 2 strikes. McCarley at the belt of the kick and the pitch. Fouled off by Musrock off the screen, first base side of home, and we'll do it again at 1-2, or 0-2, excuse me. Up here in the press box, which is situated on the third base side of home at Bowling Green Ballpark, I'm pretty much even with the third base bag up on the second level. And that is the reasoning for your interesting camera angle today. Pitch to Musrock, just got a piece, fouled it off third base side, and the count stays at 0-2. I was planning to go in the visiting radio booth with a closing door and, a little bit of space to myself, but there was a massive pole blocking the view out the booth window there, so I'm situated in the wider area next door to that, still up in the larger press box. Pretty quiet area here for you. Makes my life and your life more enjoyable. The 0-2 pitch. Another foul ball by Musrock, and he's in a good battle with the starter Derek McCarley. The count's still no balls and 2 strikes, though. Dimensions here at this ballpark. It's 400 to dead center, 326 to the corners. As McCarley looks in to get the sign. Has it from his catcher, and the 0-2 pitch. Musrock pops that one up. Into the sun, the first baseman makes the catch as he calls off his teammate at second. That's Arbini to bring it down for out number 2. Sam Slaughter from Belmont will now dig in. A .370 average for Sam, 54 ABs, 12 runs, 20 hits, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 2 homers. 16 RBIs and a .534 OBP for Sam. Slaughter, the left-handed hitter. Nobody on, 2 down, bottom of the first inning. And the pitch is low, ball 1. Sam started his collegiate career at Memphis, never actually played there. Then transferred at semester last year to Calhoun Community College, where he hit very well at Calhoun in the spring season, and will be going back up to Division I Belmont next school year. The pitch is upstairs, ball number 2, 2-0 to Sam Slaughter. The pitcher McCarley on the rubber, left-hander from ETSU. Glove at the belt, and the pitch. Slaughter fouls it off third base side, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Duelers and RiverDawgs in their first game of the year. The Duelers coming off of an exciting win yesterday in Hoptown over the Hoppers. Final score was 16-11 in that one. And as a result, the Duelers are still 1 game ahead of full count for first place in the OVL South. 2 balls, 1 strike, your count to Slaughter. And the pitch. Well, that one hits the bottom of the zone. A good frame there by your catcher, Mundy, for Owensboro. And it is now an even 2-ball, 2-strike count. Two balls, 2 strikes. Slaughter waits, and the pitch. Upstairs, also maybe inside, and it's a full count of 3-2 to Sam. On deck for the Duelers, if Slaughter can reach, is Jay Curtis. Let's see if Sam can get on here with 2 down, nobody on, and start a 2-out rally. The full count pitch on the way. And there's strike 3 called as Sam flipped the bat. Michael Holman says he is out on strikes. And that will end the first after the strikeout looking. We head to the second. Still no score from Bowling Green Ballpark on the Duelers Baseball Network. And back in, top of the second. RiverDawgs coming to bat for their second ABs of the day with J.J. Arbini to lead off. He's the first baseman. And Jacob Hernandez is back to the mound for his second inning of work. First pitch of the inning on the way. Lots on a line, foul, third base side. It looks like Arbini might have broken his bat. And yes, he will have to get a new one. J.J. Arbini from Saginaw Valley State University in Tecumseh, Michigan. On the year for Arbini, a 172 average and 29 at-bats. Right-handed hitter, wearing number 24 for the RiverDawgs, and the pitch. A swing and a miss at a fastball upstairs. It's 0-2. Uniforms this afternoon, the RiverDawgs in their red or their blue and gray striped uniforms, trimmed in white with the gray pants. The 0-2 from Hernandez. Up and away, ball 1. The Duelers in their all blue looks once again with the royal blue tops, royal blue pants with the blue numerals and lettering trimmed in red and gray. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a changeup, it looked like. Hernandez with strikeout. Number 1 of the game. And the first batter he faced is retired in inning number 2. Braden Mundy, the hitter now. He's a new addition to the RiverDawgs roster. First pitch is strike 1 on a swing. 0-1 your count. Next pitch is outside, ball number 1, I believe. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch is up and away, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. To the catcher, Braden Mundy. Right-handed hitter wearing number 12. And the 2-1 pitch from Hernandez. On the ground to third. Past the diving Mark Castle and into left. Bryce Capel bring it in, but that's a 1-out single for the RiverDawgs and Braden Mundy, bringing up now the DH, Daniel Lopez. On the year, Lopez, a .375 hitter and just 8 ABs. 3 runs, 3 hits. 1 double, one homer as well. 2 RBIs and an OBP of .667. But again, just 8 ABs for Lopez, so a very small sample size. From the University of Southern Indiana, the 0-1 pitch from Hernandez. Outside, ball 1. Lopez, born and raised in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, the same hometown, of course, as your Duelers reliever Isidro Jimenez. Izzy should be pitching in relief today. 1-1, runner takes off. Grace throw down to second, and a tag by Smith is not in time to get him. He's safe. That's a good throw by Smith, or by Grace, and a good tag by Smith, but the runner got in just ahead of the tag. That is Mundy down there. He's now in scoring position at second with 1 down and a 1-1 count. 1-1 to Lopez, the DH, with the runner on second and 1 down. Time is called. Micah has warned both benches behind the plate and says we've heard enough talking and it's only inning number 2. Kind of interesting. We'll see how that progresses because both these teams do like to chat during the game, to say the least. The pitch. A blooper into short right. That'll fall in front of Evans. Runner around third to try to score. Throw to the plate. Is it time to get him? A cannon from right, Jonathan Evans to the plate. Rashard Grace with the tag. And that's a big out. Number 2. The aggressive send by the third base coach for Owensboro. I understand it. You want to try to get on the board first, but Jonathan Evans has a very strong arm out there and right and a perfect throw to the plate. A nice tag by your catcher, Rashard Grace, for the out. That's 2 down and nobody on base now for Dylan Abbott, the shortstop. First pitch is in there, strike 1. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. And the hitter, Abbott, will dig back in. The pitch. Fouled up for strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Your count to Abbott. From McMurray University in San Angelo, Texas. There's now 1 ball and 2 strike. That pitch missed. Hernandez will climb back on the rubber. Lopez on first with 2 down and strike 3 called on the corner. Abbott doesn't like it, but the Duelers get strike 3 looking. And the throw out by Jonathan Evans at the plate keeps the game scoreless. We are tied at 0 as we head to the bottom of inning number 2 on the Duelers Baseball Network. back in, about ready to begin. The bottom of the second, still no score, and that's still the case because of a out at the plate. Jonathan Evans to your catcher, Rashard Grace, to cut down the runner at the plate. That was Braden Mundy trying to score from second on a bloop single to right in the previous half inning. And Evans gunned him down. And Jay Curtis will be the first to dig in now for the Duelers in the bottom of the second. Still no score from Bowling Green Ballpark. Curtis has been hot with the bat the last couple of nights. The University of Dayton product. The DH today. Played at first 2 nights ago, caught yesterday, DHing today, and he's been playing a third a lot too. So he's moved all over the place in the last few games alone. First pitch is fouled off, and it's no balls and 1 strike to Curtis. He will be followed by Jonathan Evans and Nate Lai. The pitch is away for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. As on the year, Jay Curtis up to a .250 batting average, 36 at-bats, 6 runs, 9 hits, 3 doubles. The pitch. That one's on the outside corner, called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Yesterday, Jay had a big hit in the 9th inning rally for the Duelers to give us some insurance, a 2 RBI double. The pitch. And that's down the line, foul first base side. Count holds at 1-2. The Duelers were down, well, I'll start here. The Duelers were up 9-2 at one point yesterday in Hoptown. Lost the lead in the 8th when we gave up 4 runs. Ended up going to the 9th, down 1, 11-10, only to respond with 6. 2 of those coming home on an RBI single from this man, Curtis. The pitch. That ball's fouled off again, farther down the line and onto the berm. Next to the foul pole over there in right field. It's foul, and the count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jay Curtis, the hitter, the big DH into the box, right-handed hitter pitch. Fouled off behind the plate now, and the count holds at 1-2. Good battle here by Jay. Curtis, Evans, and Lai due up here in the bottom of the second. Still no score from Bowling Green Ballpark. The 1-2 pitch from McCarley. He calls time, wipes some sweat from his forehead, and now we'll go back to the rubber. And the 1-2. Curtis fouls it off again. Staying alive. The more pitches you see in AB, the better off you are most of the time as the hitter, as Curtis has seen a bunch in this at-bat. Count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. And McCarley's next pitch is on the way. Curtis takes the ball low and away. 2-2 now, an even count at 2 balls and 2 strikes here to lead off the bottom of inning number 2. No score. RiverDawgs and Duelers from the home of the Hot Rods. Pitch. Curtis fouls it off and stays alive. It's still 2-2. Definitely making Derek McCarley work in this AB. So even if it ends in the RiverDawgs' favor with an out, pitch count is running up for sure if you're the RiverDawgs starter. Curtis bat on his shoulder, awaits another 2-2, and here it comes. And that's a line drive into center for a base hit. That's a tremendous AB by Jay Curtis. Fought off a lot of tough pitches with 2 strikes, worked the count back to 2-2, an even count, and a line drive to center. Right back where it came from, a leadoff single for Curtis in the second. And now John Evans comes up. Jonathan Evans was the one that started the rally in the 9th inning last night against Toptown with a hit by pitch to lead off the 9th. Came around to score on a single by Castle. The pitch is low, ball 1. One and 0 to Jonathan Evans, born and raised in Starkville, Mississippi, attends Southern University. Starting in right field again tonight. The pitch, first the throw to first, and Curtis is back in standing. Still no score here from Bowling Green Ballpark. Bottom of inning number 2. Again, my name is Sam Reeves. Thank you all for joining us for another edition of Duelers Baseball. Pitch fouled off, and it is 1 ball, 1 strike. This is game 1 of the Classic that features 2 games here this evening. The Service One Credit Union Classic. This is game 1. The RiverDawgs and the Duelers, and the Hoptown Hoppers will be facing the Full Count Rhythm following us in game 2 of the doubleheader. So a very exciting day in the OVL. 1-1, another throw back to first, and Curtis is in there standing up again. On the season for Curtis, 3 stolen bases, has not been caught yet. And it's a 1-1 count to Evans, and the pitch. Check swing, it's called strike 1 on the corner anyways. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. On deck for the Duelers, Nate Lai. Evans, a left-handed hitter. Bat on his shoulder, awaits a 1-2. Curtis takes his lead. Inching out further. A look to first, and finally time is called. The starting pitcher is taking way too long out there on the mound, and Evans got impatient and called time. Still 1-2 is your count from Bowling Green Ballpark. Jonathan Evans the hitter, Derek McCarley on the mound. And the pitch. Swung on and missed, and a ball in the dirt, gets past the catcher. Evans will advance to second base on the strikeout for Evans. And he stands on second, does Curtis, with 1 down for Nate Lai. Another Southern University product up next, as the big 6'7" first baseman will dig in, wearing number 31 from Curacao. Lai awaits the first pitch from McCarley. Here it comes. And that's a pop-up, short right. And that's a nice catch by the right fielder Denton as he came running in to make a backhanded catch in front of him on the short blooper to right. 2 down now. Curtis still at second base. Excuse me. For the catcher, Richard Grace. So that's 3 players from Southern back to back in the order this afternoon. Evans in the 5 hole, followed by Nate Lai, and then Richard Grace, all from Southern University. And then Quincy Smith, the 4th player from Southern, is at the top of the order. You can have a max of 4 players on your summer ball roster in the OVL from one college or university, and the Duelers have the 4 from Southern. And a balk is called, I believe, on McCarley. Yes, it is. Michael Holman calls a balk. And Jay Curtis will advance to third base with 2 down. Or excuse me, with 1 down. According to the scoreboard, it should be 2. Two down now for Richard Grace, the catcher for the Duelers this afternoon. Jay Curtis 90 feet away with 2 down. And the pitch from McCarley. Swung on and missed, strike number 1. On the season, Grace has been very good at the plate. 22 at-bats, 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 double, 3 RBIs, and a .409 batting average for Grace. He looks to drive in a run here. Pitch is away for ball 1. On the season for Richard so far, the 3 RBIs. Looking to drive in number 4 with a hit here. McCarley with a 1-1 count. And the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2, and Grace is behind in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jay Curtis stands on third base after he reached on a single to center to start the inning. And McCarley will look in to get his sign. The pitch. Fouled off, and Grace will stay alive with a 1-2 count. Richard will step out. A deep breath, regather himself. Tighten his batting gloves and now dig back into the box. Ready for the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch from Derek McCarley with Curtis on third and 2 down. Here it comes. On the corner, strike 3 call. The strikeout looking, retires the second. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, and 1 man left on base for the Duelers in the inning. We head to the third. Still no score from Bowling Green Ballpark on the Duelers Baseball Network. Duelers Baseball is brought to you by Cundall Flooring. For all your flooring, tile, and backsplash needs, Cundall Flooring is the right choice. Contact Phil Cundall at 931-561-8607 for more information today. El Mazatlan Mexican Restaurant and Grill, located at 1403 Nashville Road in Franklin. El Mazatlan is a proud supporter of the Duelers. Holly J's Bar and Grill in Franklin. You can find them at 1326 Nashville Road. Holly J's is available for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. We appreciate their continued support of Duelers Baseball. El Pochero Cantina and Grill, located at 270 Trotters Lane in Franklin. El Po is a proud supporter of the Duelers. Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. If you need mortgage assistance in the Bowling Green area, contact Kelly Ann Sanders at 270-421-3157 today. Back in at Bowling Green Ballpark, about ready to begin the top of inning number 3. Still no score between the RiverDawgs and Duelers. First batter up to face Hernandez in the third will be Kay Carpenter, the center fielder. Left-handed hitter. Digs in against the righty Hernandez, and the pitch. Off the outside corner, ball 1, 1-0 your count. And the pitch is off the outside corner. It is 2 balls and no strikes now. Kay Carpenter from McMurray University in La Vernia, Texas. The pitch. That's in there. Strike 1. 2-1 from Hernandez to Carpenter. He's the 9-hole hitter after he hits top of the order with Nick Williams and James Denton due up for the RiverDawgs. Pitch. Off the outside corner, it's 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff man for the RiverDawgs in this inning. We are in the top of the third. Pitch. Low and away and a leadoff walk. And now the top of the order, Nick Williams will dig back in. Coy Carpenter, 4 steals, has not been caught yet this season. Nick Williams, the hitter now. Hernandez from the stretch, arm dangles. And now the pitch. Runner takes off. Throw to second by Grace is a good one, and the tag. He's out. What a throw by Rashard Grace, right on the money, and a good tag from Quincy Smith. That is the first time Carpenter's been caught all season. And he is now off the base pass. Base is empty with 1 down here in the third. Rashard Grace has been money with his throws to second here this afternoon so far. Pitch on the outside corner. It's no balls and 2 strikes now to Nick Williams, wearing number 10 for the RiverDawgs. Nobody on, 1 down. And the pitch in the dirt for ball number 1. 1-2 from Hernandez. Jacob from Bossier City Community College in Houghton, Louisiana. Parents were born and raised in my hometown of Kansas City, so that was a fun nugget to learn from Jacob the other day. The 1-2 pitch. Low for ball 2. And, of course, when I learned that from Jacob, that his parents were from Kansas City, my first question to him after he said that was, "You better be a Royals fan." And he shook his head, yes, absolutely. So it's nice to have another Dueler as a Royals fan this summer that we can complain about mediocre Royals baseball. Although I will say they've won 6 of their last 7 or something like that and had a winning road trip this past week and are playing a lot better lately. So that's good to see. The Duelers are playing well, too, right now. At 13-6, and a 3-2 pitch from Hernandez is fouled off, and we'll do it again with a full count. Again, this is game 1 of the Service 1 Credit Union Classic here from Bowling Green Ballpark. The Hoptown Hoppers will face the full count Rhythm following us. Approximately 7 o'clock for that one. Of course, I won't be on the call there. I'll be watching that one from the stands. The pitch fouled off, and we'll do it again. But I will say, if you guys want to watch that one, it should be a good one. Of course, the very talented Todd Hamilton will be on the call of that one for Hoptown Radio. Tim Reese will be on the call for the Rhythm. You got options there. As the pitch is low and inside for ball 4, and a 1-out walk for Hernandez as Williams reaches base. And now James Denton is the hitter. Of course, if you just want to stick and watch your Duelers, I understand that too. But game 2 here should be a good one. Man on first base with 1 down after the after the walk, and Denton comes up. He had the double in the first inning and was thrown out at the plate by Jonathan Evans. That kept the game scoreless, and we still are scoreless at 0-0 here in the top of the third. Throw to first. Williams back in safely. For Nick Williams, 1 stolen base, and he's been caught 1 time as well. Hernandez from the stretch, first base side of the rubber. Long hold, and time is called as Denton steps out. Hernandez trying to throw off the running game a little bit with the long hold, varies his times on the rubber before delivering the pitch. We'll see if he's shorter this time. Yes, he is, and the pitch is outside. Ball 1. Jacob has been one of the Duelers' best starters on the year for sure. It's been Hernandez and Joel Martinez at the top of the list for the Duelers when it comes to starter statistics so far this year. 1-0 the count to Denton. Runner on first, and the pitch. That's a ground ball to first. Lai steps on the bag for 1. Throw to second, and attack by Musrock. A double play. The Duelers get out of it with a 3-6 double play, and we head to the bottom of inning number 3 after this. Still no score on the Duelers Baseball Network. Duelers Baseball is brought to you by Peekaview Imaging. Whether it's 2D, 3D, or 4D ultrasounds, Peekaview is the place to go for your imaging needs. You can find them at 107 Roby Street in Franklin. We appreciate their support of Duelers Baseball. Sure Stay Hotel Bowling Green North, located at 700 Interstate Drive in Bowling Green. Sure Stay by Best Western is the official hotel of the Duelers. If you're coming into town, be sure to check them out. And they have a special rate for Duelers families when you go check in or make your reservation with them over the phone. Be sure to mention you're with the Duelers and they will take good care of you. Also, Wildfire Barbecue. Check them out at 105 State Street in Franklin. Available for dine-in or carry-out, Wildfire has been serving delicious barbecue in the region for over 20 years. Wildfire is the official barbecue restaurant of Duelers Baseball. Woody's Glove Repair, located in Franklin. Woody's brings old baseball gloves back to life and gives new ones a custom look. Offering relacing, repair, and break-in services, take your glove to the next level with Woody's today. And Mark Castle will be the first to hit from Young Harris College for the Duelers in the bottom of the third. Born and raised in St. John's, Florida for Castle. He's been hitting the ball a lot better after being moved down in the order by manager Kyle Schexnader a few nights ago, hitting 8th again tonight, starting at third base after the arrival of Nate Lai. First pitch, and that's on a line to short center, and gliding back to make the catch is the shortstop, Abbott, for out number one. One pitch and one retired here in the bottom of inning number 3. And now Bryce Cape will dig in from Southeastern Illinois University. And the pitch is low and inside, ball 1. Bryce Cape in the 9-hole, starting in left field here this afternoon. The pitch. On a line up the middle and a solid single for Cape. One on with one down for the top of the order now in Quincy Smith. That's Cape from Southeastern Illinois College. I said university. I apologize with that. But nonetheless, Quincy Smith now up with Cape on first and one down in the bottom of the third. Pitch, low and inside, ball 1. Q struck out swinging to lead off the bottom of the first in his initial at-bat in the ball game. He's now up for AB number 2 with Cape on first and one down. The pitch, a ground ball, shortstop to second for one, throw to first is in time to get Quincy Smith. That play was very close. It looked like from up here Quincy beat it, but the first base umpire, Don Gilmore, calls him out and then walks away so that nobody can say anything to him otherwise. Anyways, after 3 innings of completed baseball, we still have no score from Bowling Green Ballpark. We're back with the 4th after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. I'd like to take this time to continue to thank our sponsors. They include Heidi Barks Photography. You can find Heidi at Heidi Barks Photography on social media to check out some of her work. Contact her via email at HeidiBarksPhotos@gmail.com or call 270-999-7240 to schedule your next shoot. Fresh Squeeze Goods. They offer customized laser cut and engraved gifts for every occasion. Dads, grads, corporate promotions, parties, and events. Visit FreshSqueezeGoods.com to start a custom order today. Also, Franklin Bank and Trust, with 5 branch locations in Franklin and the surrounding area. They also have a location in this ballpark, actually. Franklin Bank is a proud supporter of Duelers baseball. They offer banking services for both personal and business accounts. Give them a call or stop into one of their locations today. And while I say that, it's not a full-on bank, of course. I need to clarify. It's an ATM, but it is a Franklin Bank ATM here at Bowling Green Ballpark, which is an interesting note. As Adderley will dig in to lead off the 4th inning of play. Hernandez back on the mound. The pitch. Inside, ball 1. Still no score as we're on the top of inning number 4. It'll be Adderley, Allgaier, and Arbini, the 3 A's, up as the pitch is off his wrist. Appeal to first. Did he swing? No, it doesn't appear so. Did it hit the bat or his wrist? It definitely looked like it hit his wrist. He's on the ground shaking it right now as Adderley. He is down in a heap behind home plate. That doesn't look good at all. And now we'll sit up. Still clutching his wrist. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. As Hernandez will get a new baseball from Michael Holman and throw some pitches to Grace to stay loose. Hopefully, Adderley's all right. He's still sitting up on the ground behind home plate talking to the coach, Vic Evans. And he's now helped up and will walk to his first base dugout. We should have a new player in to pinch hit, I would imagine. As Adderley will head to his dugout. Hopefully everything's all right with him. We'll see who the new guy is here in a second. Being written down on the lineup card for Michael Holman right now. It appears to be Ethan Plyler, or Plyer. Plyler, geez, the 3rd time's a charm. Ethan Plyler from ETSU in Chapin, South Carolina. Ethan on the card as an infielder, so I would imagine, he'll stay in the game at second base. We'll see if there's any other, other changes. As Plyler will dig in now. He faces a 1-1 count as Adderley had to exit mid at bat. The pitch is inside for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch. Low and in the dirt, ball 3. The 3-1 from Hernandez. That's low, ball 4, and a leadoff walk. For Hernandez today. That is walk number 2. Walk number 3. And now Jake Allgaier will hit. First pitch to him is in the dirt, but it skips off the mask of Michael Holman, and as a result, the runner is unable to go to second. That's a break, and the Duelers will take it. Allgaier at the plate now, and his first AB flew out to left fielder Bryce Cape in the first inning. Up now with a man on first and nobody out in the fourth. No score here from Bowling Green Ballpark in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And game one of the Service One Credit Union Classic. Pitch. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. All the way down to a knee went Allgaier, and it's 1-1. Jake will dig back in, left-handed hitter against the righty Hernandez. Plyler on first. He takes off, throwing in the dirt, and a throw down to second. Tag not in time. Another good throw by Grace, but pitch in the dirt didn't help that time. And Plyler is able to get in ahead of the tag from Musrock. So Ethan's on second now, and a 2-1 count to the hitter Allgaier with nobody out in the top of inning number 4. Hernandez gets the sign and the pitch. Lots on the ground. Lai down to a knee to get it. Over to first in time for out number 1, but the runner Plyler advances to third. He now is there with one down for J.J. Arbini. Arbini with the strikeout swinging in the second. That's exactly what Hernandez is looking for right now with a runner on third and only one down. We'll see if he can get it. Pitch. Up and away for ball 1. Arbini was a late addition to the starting lineup for head coach and manager Vic Evans. The pitch. A breaking ball outside corner, strike 1 called. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, my name is Sam Reeves, here with you from Bowling Green Ballpark. 0-0 in the fourth. Runner on third, though, for the RiverDawgs. Pitch. That one just misses, and it's 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike from Hernandez. And the pitch. That ball's hit deep to left field. Cape goes back, leaps, and that ball's gone. A 2-run homer for J.J. Arbini gives the Owensboro RiverDawgs a 2-0 lead in the fourth. Pitch just cleared the wall. In left field, Cape leapt, but he couldn't get it. And that's into the bud zone beyond the left field wall here at Bowling Green Ballpark. Ball is tossed into the Duelers bullpen, and it will be recycled and reused. But a 2-0 lead for the RiverDawgs on the homer for Arbini. As that is homer number 1 on the year for JJ. A 2-0 lead for Owensboro. But still just 1 down in the fourth. Hernandez back to work. Now faces Braden Mundy. And the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 2, 0-2 your count. Man. Excuse me. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. And the dirt blocked by Grace. Nobody was on base, so the block didn't matter, but it was a nice block back there nonetheless, I guess. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch from Hernandez. That's in there. Strike 3 called and a nice comeback after the homer for Hernandez. He gets the next guy looking on strikes for out number 2. That will bring up Daniel Lopez, the DH. He reached first on the 9-2 out at the plate by Jonathan Evans when he gunned down Monday in the second. It's officially a fielder's choice. Next pitch is in there. Strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike your count to Lopez. 2-0 RiverDawgs on the home run just a moment ago. A 2-run shot by Arbini. The 1-1 pitch. That's on the outside corner. Strike 2, 1-2. Hernandez looks to have settled down after the homer, which is a good sign, a good thing to see here if you're Jacob. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt outside for ball 2, and even counted 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and two from Hernandez to Lopez, and the pitch. A pop-up, foul territory. Nate Lai in foul territory. He's got room and makes the catch coming back toward the infield. That will retire the side, but a 2-run homer is the first runs on the board in this ball game. It goes to Owensboro. Your score, the RiverDawgs 2 and the Duelers nothing. As we head to the bottom of inning number 4 after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in as Musrock will lead off. The bottom of inning number 4. It is 2-0 Owensboro, the score. The starter for the RiverDawgs, Derek McCarley, back to work. First pitch to Musrock. On the ground, slowly hit to second. Plyler over to first in time for out number 1. Now Sam Slaughter up with nobody on and 1 down. Sam struck out looking his first time up in the first inning. Now up again here in the 4th. Nobody on, 1 down. 2-0 Owensboro is the score. And the pitch. On the outside corner, 0-1. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the RiverDawgs. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Duelers. 1 hit was a single by Jay Curtis. Back in the 2nd. The pitch. Off the corner, ball 1. 1-1 your count. Slaughter digs back in from the left side. And the pitch. Slaughter on the ground. Plyler boots it. Gonna have to hurry, and he got him by half a step. Good recovery by Ethan Plyler over there at second to get a speedy Sam Slaughter out at first. And that's 2 down with nobody on for Jay Curtis. As I mentioned, Jay had the 1 hit so far today for the Duelers back in the 2nd. Battled back from 0-2, got it to 2-2, fouled off a bunch of tough pitches before a line shot single right back up the middle. Didn't end up amounting to anything, though, for the Duelers. And now Jay digs in for his second at-bat against the starter for the RiverDawgs, Derek McCarley. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. The Duelers and the RiverDawgs. It's 2-0. Owensboro in front here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 outs, nobody on for the Duelers. And the pitch. Well, that's on the outside corner for strike two. No balls, 2 strikes to Curtis. Jay from New Orleans, Louisiana, attended John Curtis Christian High School. Now at the University of Dayton. The pitch. Up and away. Ball number 1. 1-2. Jay Curtis caught the first 25 games of the year at Dayton before moving over to third base for the rest of the games this year and his collegiate season at U of D. And the 1-2 pitch. That's poked into short center. Players converge and it drops in front of the center fielder. That's Carpenter, and a 2-out single for Jay Curtis. He is 2 for 2 and has the only 2 hits for the Duelers so far this afternoon. And now Jonathan Evans will dig in. He struck out swinging his first time. Left-handed hitting right fielder. With Curtis on first and 2 down. Duelers trailing this one 2-0 after a 2-run homer in the last half inning by J.J. Arbini. Pitch. That's in there on the inside corner. Strike one. 0-1 to Jonathan Evans. The Duelers and the RiverDawgs. 2-0. Owensboro on top. As McCarley gets his sign from his catcher. And the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. It's 0-2 to Jonathan. As you can hear the Duelers in the dugout actually listening to the chants from upstairs next to me and participating, which is nice. No balls and 2 strikes to Jonathan. Curtis takes off. A hit and run down the line. Just foul, says the first base umpire, Don Gilmore. That would have had Curtis at least a third, maybe had a chance to score him if it was fair over the bag, but just foul, says Don Gilmore. Will Allen, our first base coach, does not agree over there as he's in conversation with Don. Count is still 0-2 to Evans. McCarley will get his sign from Mundy. And the pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. Evans down on strikes for the second time today. And through 4 complete, it's 2-0 RiverDawgs over your Duelers here from Bowling Green Ballpark. We'll be back with a 5th after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. back in for the top of inning number 5. And Nick Abbott will be the first to hit against the starter, Jacob Martinez. First pitch. That's a fly ball to short right. In comes Evans toward the line to make the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out for Jacob Hernandez here in the 5th. One down now for the center fielder, Kay Carpenter, who drew a walk his first time up. RiverDawgs up 2-0 over the Duelers. First pitch to Carpenter is away, ball 1. And now Carpenter awaits the 1-0. That's fouled off. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike now, your count. One ball, 1 strike from Hernandez and the pitch. That one hits the knees. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, your count. It's 2-2, your count. Two balls, 2 strikes from Hernandez and the pitch. On the ground, Lai. Hernandez will cover the bag and a feed. He's out. PFP pays off there for Hernandez. Gets the feed from Lai for out number 2. And now the top of the order, Nick Williams will dig in. 0 for 2 or 0 for 1, with a walk on the day for Nick. Also ground out to second in the first to lead off the ball game. 2-0 Owensboro. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 5th. The pitch from Hernandez. That one's away, ball 1. 1-0 your count. And Hernandez with a 1-0 and the pitch. That one hits the corner of the zone. A 1 ball, 1 strike count now. 1-1. From Hernandez to Williams, the pitch. That's fouled off behind the plate. And it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count with 2 down. One ball, 2 strikes. Hernandez gets his sign, glove in front of his face. And the 1-2 delivery. That's a pop-up in the air. Lai doesn't see it. Evans and Smith out. It's Jonathan to come in from right and make the catch and retire the side. 4.5 complete here from Hot Rod's Ballpark. And it is 2-0 Owensboro on the Duelers Baseball Network. We'll be right back. Nate Lai will hit. Here leading off the inning, and the pitch. High and away, ball one. One ball, no strikes to Lai here in the bottom of the fifth. And it's 1-1. 0 for 1 for Nate today, a fly out to right. And the 1-2 pitch is away, ball two. 2-2 to Lai. A new left fielder for the Owensboro RiverDawgs is Braxton French. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Lie down swinging for out number one in the bottom of the fifth. And now it will be Rashard Grace, the hitter. And now McCarley will face Grace. The pitch. In there, strike one. No balls, one strike. And the pitch. That's a line drive and a nice catch by Plyler for out number two. And now Mark Castle, the hitter. Castle on the day. 0 for 1 with a fly out to deep short. The pitch is away, ball one. Castle into the box with a 1-0. And the pitch. That's a liner into right center for a hit. The right fielder over to cut it off. That's Denton to keep Mark at first, but a two-out single for Castle will now bring up Bryce Cape. Bryce had a single in his first time up in the third inning. From the stretch, now McCarley looks over at Castle. And the pitch. Inside corner, strike one to Cape. 2-0 RiverDawgs is the score here in the bottom of the fifth. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Dogs. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Duelers. The 2 runs were scored on a 2-run homer by J.J. Arbini in inning number 4. The pitch. On the ground off the glove of McCarley. He'll run halfway to first and flip in time to the first baseman, and that will end the fifth after 5 complete here from Bowling Green Ballpark. It is Owensboro 2 and the Duelers nothing on the Duelers Baseball Network. back in, about ready to go in the top of the sixth. The new pitcher for the Duelers is Jonathan Burns from Trevecca Nazarene. Final line for the starter, Jacob Hernandez. 5 innings of work, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned on the 2-run homer by Arbini. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. So another quality start for Hernandez on the year. He's been solid from the get-go. Burns will take over out of the bullpen now for the Duelers here in the sixth. For Burns from Trevecca, 4 appearances, 1-0 record with 9 innings pitched. 5 hits, 5 runs, only 1 of which was earned. 4 walks, 11 strikeouts, and a 1.00 ERA for Burns. Very, very solid so far this summer. The first batter Burns will face is James Denton. And the pitch. Up and away, ball 1. Your score is still 2-0. RiverDawgs in front of the Duelers. It is 2 balls and 1 strike to Denton. And that's a ground ball. Must rock to lie at first, and 1 up, 1 down against Jonathan Burns in the sixth. Ethan Plyler will come up. He came in to pinch hit in the middle of the at-bat for the starter, Daleen Adderley, after he was hit on the wrist in the 4th. Oh, and 1 with 1 down. And the pitch, that ball is hit hard to right center. Back goes Slaughter to make the catch towards center field, and that is 2 down in a hurry for Jonathan Burns. And now Jake Allgaier will come up with 2 down, nobody on. And it is 1-0. First pitch outside for ball 1. Glad to hear that it appears Kyle is tuning in before his wedding or the reception or whatever happens to be this evening. Kyle seems to be tuning in, so hello to Coach Schexnayder from New Orleans. Glad to see he's watching his team. As it's 2-1 from Burns to Allgaier. It's been a good ball game so far. Thank you all for tuning in as well. We appreciate it on the Duelers Baseball Network and YouTube channel. 2-0 Owensboro. The pitch from Burns is high, ball 3. 3-1 your count to Allgaier. And the 3-1 count, the pitch. That's in there on the inside corner. Fills things out at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count with nobody on. 2 down in the 6th. And the kick in the full count delivery from Burns. Shattered bat on the ground. 1 hop to Castle. That's a foul ball. And a throw to first for the out. He didn't even bother running to first, so I thought it was a foul ball. It was not. Clearly, I got to trust my eyes. That's a fair ball. Ground out to third. Castle to lie. And the reason why the hitter decided to not run to first Allgaier is because he's mad about his broken bat. There you go. The Duelers and Burns retired in order here in the sixth. We head to the bottom half. It's still Owensboro 2, Duelers nothing, with the Duelers coming up after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Bottom of the sixth. The starter, Derek McCarley, still on the mound. Top of the order for the Duelers. And Smith, Musrock, and Slaughter due up. Quincy will square to bunt. Foul it off third base side. It's 0-1. No balls and one strike, your count. And the pitch from McCarley to Smith on the way. Outside corner, strike number 2, 0-2, your count. The Duelers with no runs on just 3 hits through 5 innings. 2 runs on 4 hits for the RiverDawgs on the 2-run homer by Arbini. The 0-2 pitch. That's upstairs and away for ball 1, 1-2. On the day for Quincy, 0 for 2, a 6-4-3 double play in the third and a strikeout swinging in the first inning. The starter, Derek McCarley, is still out there in the bottom of the sixth. The 1-2 pitch. And the dirt, ball 2, an even count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are here in game 1 of the Service One Credit Union Classic from Bowling Green Ballpark. The Hoppers in rhythm to follow us. 2-2 pitch on the way. That's low in the dirt. And from 0-2 to 3-2, Smith has worked the count full. We'll see if Quincy can turn it into getting on base right here. That would be big to lead off the sixth, trailing by 2. And the full count pitch from McCarley. Chopper, slowly hit off the mound. McCarley turns and fires to first in time for out number 1. Now Jackson Musrock, the hitter. Popped out to first and grounded out to second for Musrock today. University of Memphis shortstop. He'll dig into the box. And the first pitch to him is in there. A line drive, and that's down and right for a 1-out single for Jackson. Got a pitch in the zone and lined it to right. Fell in front of Denton for a 1-out single for Musrock, bringing up the 3-hole hitter, Sam Slaughter. Slaughter 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a ground out to second for Sam. left-handed hitter, will dig in. A chance for a hit here for the Duelers, and they claw their way back down 2 runs, 2-0 the score. And the pitch is low, ball 1. 1-0 the count, with 1 down here in the inning. Sam Slaughter, the hitter. Musrock on first. The pitch. That's a line drive down the left field line. That'll fall fair? Question mark? No. Third base umpire C.J. Davis calls it foul, just barely down the line. And Sam now has an even count. An even count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Or 1 ball and 1 strike. I just said even. That would be 1-1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on first, Jackson Musrock with 1 down. Sam Slaughter at the plate. Duelers trailing by 2 here in the bottom of inning number 6 against the Owensboro RiverDawgs. And the 1-1 from McCarley. In the dirt. Blocked nicely by the catcher Mundy. It's 2-1 now. Two and 1 to Slaughter as Musrock takes his lead. The pitch. That's on a line to right and down. A solid single around second on the way to third. Musrock will be in there standing up. A hard hit single for Slaughter. Gets Musrock from first to third. It's now first and third with just 1 down for Jay Curtis. The Duelers finally have some life on the offensive end. The middle of the order does the damage. We'll see if it can continue here. Still looking to score their first run of the ball game. Trailing by 2, 2-0. Jay Curtis up. He's 2 for 2 so far today, and he has runners at the corners and 1 down against Derek McCarley, the starter for the RiverDawgs. Slaughter takes his lead at first. Twitches towards second. Now a second time. And the pitch. Curtis swings and misses. Strike 1. I wouldn't be surprised to see Sam take off here. He's got a lot of speed over there at first base. And that is the tying run. The tying run right now. Sam does take off. The pitch is taken for strike 2. Throw to second is not in time. Musrock goes home. Beautifully executed by the Duelers on the base paths. After the throw through to second, which a lot of the times when they got on third you won't see being made, Musrock broke immediately from third. A good job by third base coach today, Jacob Snyder, on the read there. Sends his guy home. It's now 2-1. Sam's safe at second. It's 0-2 to Curtis with the tying run on second in the form of Sam Slaughter. Curtis awaits with the bat on his shoulder now. 0-2 pitch coming from McCarley with Sam on second. A 2-1 RiverDawgs lead. The pitch. That's low. Good take, ball 1. I'll update your score. It's now 2-1. Sam Slaughter, after the steal, is now on second. He's the tying run here in the 6th. Curtis at the plate with a 1-2 count. The pitch from McCarley. That's low. Ball 2. Curtis has worked back even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Timeout is called. McCarley wants a visit from his catcher Mundy, and he will get that. As they are chatting on the mound. Duelers are trailing by 1. Your score is 2-1 as it appears we have a new catcher into the ball game. It appears that is Jonathan Lawson back there. And I believe Monday may have moved to left as a result as well. It does look like that's the case. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Slaughter on second. And the pitcher will step off the rubber. Well, that is French in left now that I've caught a number. The 2-2 to Curtis. Chopper at the plate just got a piece to stay alive. And Jay lives to see another pitch at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here at Bowling Green Ballpark in Bowling Green, Kentucky, the Duelers and the RiverDawgs in game 1 of 2 here in the Service One Credit Union Classic on this Saturday here in Kentucky. 2-2 to Curtis. Tying run, Slaughter on second. And the pitch. Jay fights off another one, fouls it back, and he's still there at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Derek McCarley. The kick and the pitch as Curtis waits. Here it comes. Sam goes to third. A hit and run. And it's off the glove of the shortstop into center. Sam's around third. He will hit home. And the Duelers have tied it at 2. Good piece of hitting by Jay. Put it in play and made the shortstop make a play. He couldn't do so. And we'll see what the official score says. That's an E6. So no RBI for Curtis. But the game is tied. That's the important thing. Slaughter crosses the plate. And we're tied at 2. As that looks like the end of the day for the starter, Derek McCarley. As they will leave him in. I take it back. Okay. Vic Evans, the manager of the RiverDawgs, will leave his starter in. As McCarley's sitting at 83 pitches, 61 of which have been for strikes so far, 6 hits and the one earned run allowed. 6 strikeouts and no walks, so a very good line for the starter. Jonathan Evans, the hitter now, with Curtis on first and 1 down. A tie ball game at 2-2. I'll fix your score on the screen in a second. Pitch to Evans. Curtis takes off. Throw to second is low. It's into center field. A good job to back it up by Carpenter. Will keep Jay at second, but he's now in scoring position as the go-ahead run. As it's now 2-2 the score. McCarley with an 0-1 count to Jonathan Evans. As the Duelers right fielder has struck out swinging both times to the plate so far. He'll look to do better than that in this AB. And McCarley's 0-1. Squares the bunt, pulls it back. And that's a hit by pitch of Jonathan Evans. It's now first and second with 1 down, and that should be the end of the day for McCarley as Evans makes his way back to the mound. First and second for the Duelers. The next hitter due up is Nate Lai. And we do have a new pitcher into the ball game. Once I get a number, I'll let you know who that is. That is the end of the day for the RiverDawgs starter, Derek McCarley. Final line for McCarley. 5 1/3. 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts, no walks. As the new pitcher is Braden Bush from Kentucky Wesleyan College. Thank you to Jay Sutherland for the help on that one. First batter Bush will face will be Nate Lai. As Nate Lai will come up now with a chance to give the Duelers the lead. They've been trailing throughout this ball game since the 4th inning. A 2-run homer given up by the Duelers starter Jacob Hernandez to J.J. Arbini. That occurred in the 4th, and the Duelers finally broke through, have scored 2 in the 6th to tie it, and have runners first and second with 1 down, as Evans will be the runner at first. And the runner at second will be Jay Curtis as we resume play. Kelvin Reese has entered the game. He will pinch run for Jonathan Evans. As the first pitch to Lai is on the ground, a tough play and no play. We have the bases loaded on a chopper over to the third base side of the mound. And that's an infield single for Lai. Time to do some damage for Rashard Grace. Bases loaded, a tie ball game, bottom of the 6th. After the infield single by Lai. Runners are Jay Curtis at third, Kelvin Reese now at second after pinch running for Evans, and Nate Lai, the runner, at first. Rashard Grace into the box, a line out to short and a strikeout today. We'll see if we can come through clutch here. First pitch. That's in the air. Down the line. Hit fair. It drops. 1 run scores in Curtis. Here comes Kelvin Reese around third. He'll stop. Throw back to third is not in time. And that's an RBI single down the right field line. For Rashard Grace, the Duelers have taken a 3-2 lead. First pitch ambush for Grace. Off of the pitcher, Braden Bush. Duelers 3-2 now in front. Bases still loaded as the runners move up 90 feet. Mark Castle up now. Pitch. Castle takes the first pitch up and away for ball 1. It's 3-2 Duelers with the bases still loaded and only 1 down. Bush, the tall lefty, and the pitch. That's low for ball 2. Good take for Castle. Runners now Reese at third, Lai at second, and Rashard Grace, your catcher, at first. Mark Castle in the box with a 1-0 or the 2-0 count. And Bush ready to go with the next pitch. On the way. That's on the ground, slowly hit the second, the shortstop covering for 1. Back to first, it's not in time, and that's an RBI single for Mark Castle. Makes it 4-2 Duelers now. Ground ball was slowly hit to second. Not enough time to flip to the shortstop covering the bag and back to first in time to get Castle. He beat it out over there at first. And is there with runners on the corners now for Bryce Cape, a 4-2 Duelers lead. An RBI ground out for Castle. First pitch to Cape. Fouled off, strike 1. Bryce is 1 for 2 today. A single and a ground out. Pitcher to first. Your score now 4-2 Duelers. And Bush will get his sign with runners on the corners and 2 down. Pitch to Cape as the runner takes off. A throw through. Around to score comes Lai. He crosses the plate in time before the out is recorded. That's beautifully executed by the Duelers on the base pass. Michael Holman points to home plate. You couldn't have drawn that up any better. Mark Castle, that's tremendous baseball IQ. Started to run, stopped. Midway between first and second, Nate Lai took off, and they couldn't throw home fast enough. Lai dove in safely, and the Duelers are up 3 now, 5-2 after a 5-run 6th inning. That's how you break through. Duelers 5, RiverDawgs 2, as we head to inning number 7 after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in for the top of inning number 7 after the Duelers have put up 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th to take a 5-2 lead. It will be J.J. Arbini to lead off in the 7th, facing Jonathan Burns on for his 2nd inning of work. And the first pitch, that's up and in for ball 1. Arbini 1 for 2, struck out swinging in the 2nd, and a 2-run homer for the only 2 runs of the day for Owensboro. That was in the 4th. Burns from the windup, the pitch. That's skied to short right. Over goes Smith and Reese. No play as Kelvin goes crashing into the sidewall. Looks to be all right, though. He'll slowly walk back to his spot in right. Hopefully he's okay. He's now bent over. Looks like he's a little shaken up after running into the wall. Kelvin just came into right defensively this inning as he came on to pinch run for Jonathan Evans in the bottom of the 6th. We'll see if he can stay, and it looks like he will be all right. So Reese will make his way back over. All 3 players converging on that foul ball. Nate Lai, the first baseman, Quincy Smith over from second, and then the right fielder, Kelvin Reese. Kelvin got the closest to it, but it landed out of play in the first row of seats. And it's 0-1 to 1-1 to Arbini. Here leading off the top of the 7th. 5-2 Duelers, your score. And the pitch. That one's low and inside for ball number 2. 2-1 your count. Game 1 of the Service One Credit Union Classic from Bowling Green Ballpark. Hoppers and Rhythm will be next. Fouled off, and it's 2-2. On deck for the RiverDawgs is the catcher, Braden Mundy. As a 2-2 count and the pitch from Burns. Check swing, nose swing on a pitch in the dirt, and we have filled out at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 count from Burns to Arbini. And the payoff pitch. That's poked to center. Slaughter over. Can't get it. He'll cut it off. Around first and holding. Now going to second. A throw back to first by Slaughter. A tag. Not in time. Arbini got back in safely. It looked like Slaughter bobbled the ball momentarily and then kind of played off of it and tried to entice the runner into going to second. Arbini made it about halfway around towards second and then put on the brakes, went back. Sam threw behind him to first, but the throw was just a little bit wide and not quite in time to get Arbini. So he's on first with a leadoff single. And the next pitch is popped up foul out of play. Your new catcher into the ball game. Pinch hitting, as he came in to catch last inning, is Jonathan Lawson. That's what I thought. I thought it was a new catcher back there. It is Lawson wearing number 99. Oh, 1 count. And the pitch from Burns. That's fouled off. Same spot. 0-2 now. So Lawson in his first AB of the day from Oakland City University, from Newburgh, Indiana. The pitch. That's in the air. Short right. In comes Reese. Can't make a sliding catch. Throw to second, though. In time. Good awareness by Kelvin to come up throwing after the ball fell in front of him. It was Jackson Musrock covering the bag at second on the force out. So 1 down. Arbini retired. And now Lawson takes his place at first. (9-6) on the fielder's choice there. A force out at second, so no tag needed. And now Lawson at first with 1 down for Daniel Lopez. As it looks like we have a pinch hitter, we do. Luke Evans from Owensboro, Kentucky into the ball game. Pitch hitting for the DH, Daniel Lopez. Burns from the stretch in the pitch. That's up and away, ball 1. Excuse me. Luke Evans from Wabash Valley College. Born and raised in Owensboro. The pitch, and that's strike 1, even count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first base is Jonathan Lawson. Luke Evans at the plate, pinch hitting in his first at bat of the day. 1 out for Jonathan Burns on the mound for the Duelers in an 0-1 count. Pitch. That's actually strike number 2, 1-2. And 1 down as well on the inning. Pitch. Low. And the 1-2 pitch. Now the 2-2 from Burns. That's in the air. To deep left. Back goes Cape. Edge of the warning track to bring it down for out number 2. Two down now after the fly out to left for the RiverDawgs. And Ethan Plyler will hit now. In the spot of Dylan Abbott. Runner on first is Lawson, 2 down. Pitch to Plyler is up and away, ball 1. Flyler, the right-handed hitting infielder. The next pitch, that's in there. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Duelers with 5 runs just this past half inning in the bottom of the 6th to take a 5-2 lead. And the pitch. That's on the ground to third. Castle brings it in. Short way to second. Quincy Smith covers the bag in time. Nice work by Jonathan Burns to get through the 6th. And now the top of the 7th as well. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Still 5-2 Duelers on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network. It will be 9-1-2 due up for the Duelers. Against Braden Bush on for another inning of work. Bryce Cape from Southeastern Illinois College will be the first one in the box in the inning. Here in the bottom of inning number 7, 5-2 Duelers. And the pitch, up and away, ball 1. 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Duelers. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the RiverDawgs. Next pitch is low for ball number 1. 1-1 your count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Next one off the inside corner, taken for ball 3. As excuse me, the scoreboard was a little bit incorrect there. It's 3-0. Your count to Bryce Cape, leading off the 7th, bottom half of the 7th. And the pitch. Outside corner, strike 1, 3-1 now. Duelers and the RiverDawgs in the first of 2 meetings between these 2 teams this year. We'll head to Owensboro to play them at their place next month. Pitch. That's low, ball 4, and a leadoff walk for Cape here in the 7th. And now Matt Jenkinson into pinch hit. He will be pinch hitting for Quincy Smith. As Matt born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee. Wearing 14 on the blue uniform. Attended Roane State Community College last year, but will be going up to Division II Lincoln Memorial this next year. Matt the pinch hit for Quincy Smith, and the first pitch. That's so high and away, ball 1. on the season for Jenkinson. A 239 average, 67 ABs, 16 hits, 6 doubles, 7 RBIs. And a 362 OBP. The 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner. Strike one from Braden Bush. He's the second pitcher on the day for the Owensboro RiverDawgs. After the starter, Derek McCarley went 5 1/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. No walks and 6 strikeouts. And the pitch, that's fouled off. For strike two, a 1-2 count. As it's now 1-1 your count. Excuse me. As Cape stole second on the plate. Pitch is out of the glove of the catcher. Bryce thought about going to third and will hit the brakes and head back to second. 2-1 now. Two and one count to Matt Jenkinson, the Nashville native, playing here just about an hour north of his home in Bowling Green. 2 balls and 1 strike from Braden Bush to Matt with Cape on second and nobody down. Bottom of inning number 7. The pitch, that's low, ball number 3. 3-1 the count. Good hitters count for Matty J. See if we can do some damage here if he gets a pitch to his liking on 3-1. Bush will get the sign. Kicking the pitch. That's a pop-up. Foul territory. Down the line, and it gets out of play into the first row of seats down the right field line. A full count now at 3-2. On deck for the Duelers is Jackson Musrock. Was Jenkinson's pinch hitting in the leadoff spot that was occupied by Quincy Smith. The payoff pitch on the way from Bush. And that's just off the corner. Good take for a walk. Now first and second, nobody down. A chance to add to the Duelers' lead, and Musrock to the dish. Musrock on the day, 1 for 3 at a single in the 6th. Also a pop out to first and a ground out to second for Jackson. And for his 4th AB of the day. Jenkinson first, Cape second. First pitch is in there, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike your count. Here on a hot Saturday afternoon from Bowling Green Ballpark, home of the single-A affiliate for the Tampa Bay Rays, the Bowling Green Hot Rods. And the pitch, that's inside, almost hits Jackson, but he turns out of the way and takes ball 1. 1-1 your count. Runners first and second. Nobody down. Bottom of inning number 7, 5-2. Duelers with a lead by 3 over Owensboro. The pitch from Bush. That's low, ball 2. 2-1. The Duelers are 13-6 on the year, winners of 3 straight ball games, alone in first place in the OVL South, 1 game clear of the full count rhythm. They'll play Hoptown this evening, following us here from Bowling Green Ballpark. The pitch. On a line by Musrock, foul, first base side, and it's 2-2 your count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Musrock. Braden Bush, the reliever. From Kentucky Wesleyan College, so he's collegiate teammates with Duelers pitcher Nate Cunningham. And it's 2-2 from Bush to Mushrock with runners first and second, nobody down. The pitch on the way. On the ground to first, over to second for one. Back to first, no throw. A throw behind Cape at third is not in time. Did they say they didn't get anybody out? Hold on. Whoa. That's interesting. Apparently everybody's safe. Did he not touch the bag? Whoa. This is really interesting. It was an easy out at second. The third baseman threw over there. Sam Slaughter's the next hitter into the box as the coach for the RiverDawgs, Vic Evans, is going to go have a conversation with the second base umpire at the time. That was C.J. Davis who made the call. I guess they didn't hit the bag. That's interesting. Okay. You must have missed second. Sometimes you'll see like a neighborhood play called in baseball where they got on a double play, you don't actually hit the bag, and that may have been what happened. You don't actually make contact with second base. There is no out recorded. That's a break for the Duelers. They'll take it. The base is loaded and nobody out for Sam Slaughter. So that will be an error, I guess, on the third baseman. Slaughter into the box. Bases loaded. Cape second. Cape on third. Jenkinson on second. And Musrock on first as the first pitch to Slaughter is in there, strike one. On the day for Sam, 1 for 3, a single, a ground at the second, and a strikeout looking. Left-handed hitter. With the bases loaded, nobody down. The pitch. That's way upstairs. Nice catch back there by the catcher. That is Lawson back there now. Bases loaded, nobody down. Slaughter, a chance to add to the Duelers' already 3-run lead. And the pitch. In there on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Slaughter behind in the count. And it's 1-2. The 1-2 to Slaughter on the way. Just off the corner. Good take. For ball number 2. 2-2. The 2-2. Foul off by Slaughter. Count holds at 2-2. Excuse me. Yeah, 2-2. The 2-2 to Slaughter. For Braden Bush with the bases loaded. Here it comes. That's way up and inside for ball 3. A full count to Slaughter. 3-2 with nowhere to put him. Bases loaded with Cape on third base. Matt Jenkinson occupies second, and Jackson Musrock stands on first. Braden Bush with a full count to Slaughter. And the pitch. Inside it hit him. That's an RBI hit by pitch for Slaughter. Run scores, makes it 6-2 Duelers. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Jay Curtis with the bases loaded now. Still nobody down. It's 6-2 Duelers. I'll update your score here. Duelers by 4. And the pitch. Inside ball 1. One ball and no strikes to Curtis with the bases loaded. Nobody down, 6-2, and a balk is called. Matt Jenkinson will score. Other 2 runners move up a base. It's 7-2 Duelers. Jenkinson crosses home. Musrock to third. And over to second. Goes Sam Slaughter. A 1-0 count to Jay Curtis. Pitch. That's way high and away for ball 2. 2-0. Here in the bottom of inning number 7. It is 7-2 Duelers. Pitch. That's fouled off by Curtis behind the plate. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike now. Braden Bush still on the mound in relief for the RiverDawgs. Curtis at the plate in the pitch. Fouled off, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes from Braden Bush to Jay Curtis. Curtis digs back in. Bat on his shoulder with an even 2-ball, 2-strike count. And the pitch from Bush. That's in the air. Short right. In comes the right fielder to make the catch. Tagging from third. Coming home is Musrock. Throw to the plate. The slide. He's out. A throw out at home for the right fielder Denton to gun down Musrock. And that is out number 2 at home. Two outs, and now man on third. That's Slaughter. Kelvin Reese up now. Pitch to Kelvin. Way high. Back to the backstop. Slaughter home. He scores. And it's 8-2 Duelers. On the wild pitch by Bush. Eight to 2 Duelers as Reese digs back in. The 1-0 is fouled off at the plate, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to Kelvin Reese. And the pitch. Low. Ball 2, 2-1. And your count now, 3 balls and 1 strike to Kelvin Reese as the next pitch was ball number 3. Kelvin digs back in, the right-handed hitter from Stillman College. And the pitch. That ball is hit well to left, but it is also well foul. And the count's full now with 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kelvin Reese. Jacob Snyder gives me away from the third base coach's box, as hopefully his family's watching. Swinging a miss, strike 3, but we will take it. 3 more runs across the plate for the Duelers. And it's 8-2 as we head to inning number 8 after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in, some changes to tell you about as it's 8-2 Duelers in the 8th. New pitcher is Ethan Vandement from Bossier City Community College, born and raised in Austin, Texas. Other changes. Taking over in right field is Jared Grenz. In center will now be Kelvin Reese, and Sam Slaughter moves from center to left. Final line on the day for Jonathan Burns out of the Duelers bullpen. 2 innings of work. 1 hit, no runs. No strikeouts and no walks. A very clean, productive baseball right there on the mound for Jonathan Burns in his 2 innings. And now Vandy on the mound. First pitch, swinging a miss, strike 1. Into the box, I believe, is Kay Carpenter. As it's Beal into the box. A pinch hitter. As I believe it's Braxton French. He's hitting in the spot of left fielder Nick Williams. It is 0-2. And the pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. That will retire French for 1 down. Water delivery from Phil Kundle. Appreciate that. And now Beal into the box. First pitch is ball number 1. Beal from Northwood University in Midland, Texas. A pitch. That is up and away for ball number 2. Two and 0 the count. Ethan Vandement with 1 down. After the K for the first batter of the inning. And now Beal, a 2-1 count to him. The pitch, that's fouled off the plate, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Two and 2 to Beal. And the pitch from Vandement. Fouled off first base side, count holds at 2 and 2. Vandement ready to go. And the pitch. Swinging and a miss, strike 3. That's strikeout number 2 for Vandy. 2 batters facing 2 Ks. And 2 up and 2 down in the top of the 8th. So now James Denton, the hitter. First pitch to him is ball 1. Or excuse me, strike 1. And the next one is in there, strike 2. Oh, and 2 the count. And the pitch from Vandement on the way. swing and a miss. A foul tip. That is only strike 2. The scoreboard was wrong. My bad. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Denton. 2-hole hitter for the RiverDawgs. 1 for 3 on the day. And the pitch just misses. Even count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vanderbilt ready for the 2-2. On the way. In the air, down the right field line, and foul. Two balls and 2 strikes from Vanderbilt to Denton. Vandy comes back up on the rubber. Gets his sign and the 2-2 pitch. In the air to deep left. But it's caught in left center by the center fielder, Kelvin Reese. And that will end at the top of the 8th. We head to the bottom of inning number 8 after this on the Duelers Baseball Network with the score, Duelers 8, RiverDawgs 2. We'll be right back from Bowling Green Ballpark. Here we are back in the bottom of the 8th. Thank you for joining us. Game 1 of the Service 1 Credit Union Classic. Again, my name is Sam Reeves. Thank you for tuning in to a special edition here this afternoon of Duelers Baseball. The pitch to Nate Lai, and there's strike 1. Braden Bush on for yet another inning of work and relief. He will face 6, 7, and 8 due up in the inning. This 1-1 to Nate. The 1-1 pitch. On the ground, foul of third base, and it's 1-2. The Duelers started with Jacob Hernandez. A quality start, 5 innings, 2 runs. As the next pitch is in there, strike 3 looking, says Micah Holman for out number 1. Jonathan Burns then followed him up in relief with 2 innings of his own, and now Ethan Vanderbilt just worked the 7th. And here we are in the bottom of the 8th. Rashard Grace, the catcher, to dig in now. And an RBI single his last time up. 1 for 3 for Rashard today. Also a strikeout looking and a line out to short. The pitch from Bush. On the outside corner, strike 1 called. Duelers and the RiverDawgs. Game 1 of 2 between these two in the regular season. The Duelers will go to Owensboro in early July. Pitch. That's inside, ball 1, 1-1. The Duelers is 3 outs away defensively from a win here at Bowling Green Ballpark, home of the Hot Rods. The pitch. Up and away, ball 2, 2-1 your count. The Duelers with 8 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. The RiverDawgs 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. The pitch. Fouled off behind the plate, back to the screen, and it's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 down. Bottom of inning number 8, 8-2. Duelers the score. Duelers are up 6. 5 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th. The pitch. Low and in. Good take. Ball 3. A full count at 3-2. Again, the Duelers were down 2-0. Only runs in the ball game, and weren't scored until the 4th with a 2-run homer by J.J. Arbini. Those were the first 2 runs scored by the RiverDawgs, and the only 2 by the Dogs today, so far, anyways. And the full count pitch. Fouled off by Grace. Straight back. We'll do it again. And it took the Duelers until the 6th to score their first run of the game. Not only did they score 1, they scored 5 in the 6th to take a 5-2 lead at the time, and then added on 3 more in the 7th to extend the lead to where it is now at 8-2. Another payoff to Grace from Braden Bush. Here it comes. Grace fouls it back once again. Stays alive. And it's still 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th, Rashard Grace at the plate. Braden Bush on the mound for Owensboro. Time is called. Grace will step out. Pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Grace down swinging. Chases a high fastball for out number 2. And that's 2 down here in the bottom of inning number 8. Mark Castle will hit now. On the day for Mark, 1 for 3. Also with an RBI. And the pitch to Mark is lined down the left field line, and it's fair. Castle will hit first and stop. A hard hit single for Castle with 2 down. That's Mark's second hit of the day. 2 for 4 with an RBI isn't bad for Mark. And Jared Granz will now come up for his first at bat of the day. That might be the end of the day for Bush, though. We will see. Out comes the manager, Vic Evans, and he will take the baseball from his pitcher. So with 2 down in the 8th, your pitcher is done, and we will have a new one here in a second. Let you know when we know who that is. Duelers up 8-2 here in the 9th. We'll see who this new pitcher is. Jace is in the booth next to me trying to figure that out. New pitcher. On the mound is McClure. Tyler McClure from Kaskiyska College. And Champaign, Illinois. He's on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Your score, Duelers 8, RiverDawgs 2 on the Duelers Baseball Network. Thank you all for tuning in, as we're live at the home of the Hot Rods, the single-A affiliate of the Tampa Bay Rays here in downtown Bowling Green, Kentucky. The first man McClure will face will be Jared Grenz. As Grenz will dig in the boxes as his first at-bat of the game. On the year for Grenz at just 18 at-bats because he arrived just a little bit late to the Duelers. "18 at-bats, 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 double, 1 triple. Pitch. Foul off. Foul territory, third base side. The third baseman over. 1 pitch and 1 out. Man retired by McClure. Down goes Grenz on a pop-up to Allgaier. But we head to the 9th. The Duelers 3 outs away from another win. Don't go anywhere on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in, top of the 9th. Bowling Green Ballpark. The Duelers 3 outs away from their 14th win on the year. It will be Isidro Jimenez and to try to end this ball game. Isidro from Stillman College and Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Izzy looked tremendous in his last appearance at full count on Wednesday night. Izzy got the final 6 outs in the 8th and the 9th and was locked down throwing strikes. Izzy can reach up to 98 miles an hour on his fastball. The issue for Izzy a little bit this year has been control, but he had that his last appearance. So Izzy throwing his warm-up pitches with the bright blue glove. The Duelers 3 outs away from win number 14 on the year. Once again, the RiverDawgs had a 2-0 lead up until the bottom of inning number 6. The Duelers scored 5 in the 6th and 3 more in the 7th to take the 8-2 lead they have now. The first pitch is a ground ball to first. Izzy will cover first, and that's 1 up and 1 down as Logan Bland is retired on 1 pitch. 2 more outs for Izzy to get. That was an easy 1 pitch and 1 out. As it appears Noah Gilbert will hit now. Pinch hitter, pitch, inside ball 1. Izzy bends at the waist. Looks in to get the sign from his catcher, Grace. And the pitch. Fouled off, strike one, it's 1-1. One ball and one strike. So Noah Gilbert. 8-2 Duelers. 8 runs on 9 hits, 1 error for the Duelers. 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the RiverDawgs. And the 1-1 pitch from Izzy. That's up and inside, ball 2. The Duelers 1 out away, or excuse me, 2 outs away from a victory. As for the Duelers, runs scored on RBIs from Grace, from Castle. Hit by pitch RBI for Sam Slaughter as well. And the pitch is high, ball 3, 3-1. In the 6th inning, that was the big inning for the Duelers, in which they scored 5 to take a 5-2 lead at that time. Musrock and Slaughter had singles with 1 down, then an error by the shortstop, a hit by pitch, and then a single to Nate Lai, and Grace drove in a run with an RBI single of his own. An RBI ground out following that by Castle. Pitch is in there, strike 2 on the corner. The Duelers had 8 men come to the plate in the 6th inning for the 5 runs. It's a full count of 3-2 from Isidro Jimenez to the pinch hitter, Gilbert. Noah Gilbert from Oakland City University. Izzy from the windup and the payoff pitch. Here it comes. Fouled off on a fastball. Just got a piece to stay alive. Did Gilbert. Will do it again at 3-2. Next game to follow us here for the Game 2 of the Service One Credit Union Classic will be Hoptown and the full count rhythm. The Duelers coming off for their win at Hoptown, looking for win number 4 in a row here this evening. Another full count pitch from Izzy, the payoff. On the way. And the dirt ball 4 back to the screen, and that's a 1-out walk. And now E.J. Clark, first baseman from Detroit, Michigan, will come in. He came on as a defensive replacement for Arbini earlier, Mound visit as Richard Grace goes out to talk to his pitcher. A double play would end it here, and E.J. Clark is the hitter. Big first baseman, left-handed hitter. Isidro from the stretch now. And the pitch. That's on the corner on a fastball, 0-1 on a good spot. Duelers 8, RiverDawgs 2 here from Bowling Green Ballpark. My name is Sam Reeves. Thank you all for listening. Appreciate you all tuning in this evening. A special edition of Duelers Baseball. And the pitch. That's on a line. And it's into left. Slaughter will bring it in and throw it in. First and second, 1 down now for the RiverDawgs. A hard hit single by Clark for first and second. And now Noah Gilbert will come up, as I got the previous hitter wrong, apparently. It's hard to see numbers from where I'm at. As Izzy comes back and sits down Gilbert on strikes for out number 2. 2 down now, runners first and second. Just got off of a quick phone call mid-game with your head coach and manager, Kyle Schexnayder. He wanted to call in and check in on things. Said he's running around his house like crazy. Wishes he was here. He's fired up for his team, though. They're playing tremendous baseball and have been all season long. A lot of credit for that goes to him and his 2 assistants, Will Allen and Jacob Snyder, that have done tremendous work today, filling in for the head coach as Kyle's down at home in New Orleans. It's good to talk to him for a couple of seconds as he says his hellos and likes what he's seeing out there. He's tuning in today, so very good to see it. And it's 1-0 now from Isidro Jimenez to the last hope for the RiverDawgs. That's Luke Evans, and the next pitch is low and away. Ball 2, 2-0. 8-2 the score. Runners first and second, 2 down. Isidro Jimenez, 1 out away. The Duelers are 1 out away from win 13 on the year. Now they sit in first place in the OVL South. And the pitch from Izzy. That's on a line, and that's down and right. Grenz will cut it off. Come up throwing. Cut off by Musrock. So runners move up 90 feet. The bases are loaded with 2 down for the RiverDawgs. And up to the plate is Ethan Plyler. Plyler came in defensively for Dylan Abbott at short. Bases loaded with 2 down. Isidro Jimenez on the mound. 8-2 Duelers, but with the bases loaded for the RiverDawgs here in the 9th. Isidro Jimenez needs 1 more out. The pitch. Low, ball 1. See if we can lock down the final one of the day. Last out of the game. It's the hardest one to get every single time. Izzy from the stretch. Bends at the waist. Looks up to get his sign from Grace. Now glove at the waist. Above his face, and the pitch. Up ball's hit hard to right center. Jared Grenz over, though, at the edge of the track. Makes the catch. And that's another win for the Franklin Duelers. Final score, Duelers 8, RiverDawgs 2 for win number 14 on the year. The record goes to 14-6. The win will go to Jonathan Burns. No save needed. And that's a victory for the Duelers. Final score, 8-2 for the Duelers in a win. 8 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Duelers. 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Owensboro RiverDawgs in defeat. Well, that'll do it here from Bowling Green Ballpark for Sam Reeves. Thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow, folks, just to let you know, a heads up, a 6 o'clock pitch on the road in Paducah at Brooks Stadium. And we will probably be radio only tomorrow, like we were last night due to the lack of Wi-Fi. As Isidro Jimenez with an acknowledgement upstairs. Good work by the boys. Another win. But back to what I was saying about tomorrow. We'll be back on Mixlr, audio only, but with 0 interruptions tomorrow. It's easy to find. I'll post a link tomorrow on the way to Paducah as well to make it even easier. But all you have to do, go to the following website, duelersbaseball.mixlr.com. That'll take you directly to the stream. Plan on going live about 5:45 or so for a little bit of pregame and the lineups and introductions as normal. Again, duelersbaseball.mixlr.com for the radio stream tomorrow and for road games, at least for the time being, until you hear otherwise. We're trying to figure out internet issues at home. Or on the road, excuse me. So that's where we sit. I'll tweet out a link tomorrow, put it on Facebook as well. Unfortunately, there is no video stream at all tomorrow as Paducah does radio only. Great job of Brendan Evers, by the way, the Paducah broadcaster, but it's radio only tomorrow on both sides. So you can either listen to me and the Duelers broadcast or Brendan. You can take your pick if you want to find me tomorrow again. 6 o'clock first pitch will be live just a few minutes prior. DuelersBaseball.mixlr.com to find us tomorrow. Duelers and Chiefs tomorrow, but a win tonight at Bowling Green Ballpark. Final score, Duelers 8, Owensboro RiverDawgs 2. For Sam Reeves, thank you for tuning in, and have a terrific rest of your Saturday evening. Another win for the